Hello students, in last class we have studied about source transformation. Today we will see how to reduce a network using source transformation. So before going for that, so if any voltage sources are there, if more than one voltage sources are there, if you want to connect them, if you want to get an equivalent voltage source, it can be obtained by adding those voltages. For example, here V1, V2, V3 are the three voltage sources connected in series. So this it can be added as total voltage V is equal to V1 plus V2 minus V3. Here minus V3 is because the polarity of V3, the voltage 3 is opposite to the polarity of other two. Okay, so if I take plus and minus as the polarity of my equivalent source, so then I have to consider V1 as positive, V2 as positive, but V3 as negative. In the same way, if we consider in reverse direction, if I take minus plus as a polarity, then V3 will be positive, other two will be negative. So the value of V is equal to V3 minus V1 minus V2. Similarly, the current sources which are connected in parallel can be added. So here in the given example, three current sources are there, they are connected in parallel, I1, I2 and I3. So total current value I is given by I1 plus I2 minus I3. So here the polarity what I have observed is a arrow mark with which is indicating the upward direction. So I1 and I2 is having the same polarity, but I3 is having a polarity opposite to I1 and I2. So the total current is given by I1 plus I2 minus I3. So if I consider the polarity of I3 as my equivalent current polarity, then the value of total I is given by I3 is I3 minus I1 minus I2. Okay. So now if the voltages are in series, then we can add them. If the current sources are in parallel, then we can add them. But if there is a mixture of voltage and current source, at that time what we have to do? So here we can observe that there is a mixture of voltage and current source. There is a mixture of series and parallel network. So at that time, what first we have to do is we have to convert a voltage source with a resistance in series into a current source with a resistance in parallel. The value of R will come as it is. So the value of R is not changed. The voltage source will become a current source, and the here you may observe that voltage and resistance are in series. Here they will come in parallel. The current source with a resistance will come in parallel, that is V by R, and resistance R will be in parallel. Okay, so here the value of R is unchanged, but the current value, that is I, is given by V by R here. The equivalent current of your voltage is given here as V by R. Okay, so you can here two current sources, now they are in parallel and they are in the same direction. So I can add them, that is I1 plus V by R. So the total current value here is I plus V by R, and the resistance in parallel will be as it is. Now we have to convert this current back to the voltage source. In order to convert a current source with a resistance in series can be converted into a voltage source with a resistance in, okay, a current source with a resistance in parallel can be converted into a voltage source with a resistance in series. Okay, so here we can write it as the voltage current, the value of V can be written as V is equal to I into R. So the value of here equivalent voltage what we are getting is given by I plus V by R into R. Okay, and the resistance value is as it is. So after simplification we will get V plus I into R, and the resistance which was in parallel, now it has been converted into series. Okay, so two important notes we have to consider. One is, in voltage remains same in the parallel network. If we consider a parallel network, okay, the voltage value remains same. So we can neglect, here you may observe that 5 volt is there and V1 is there. If I take into equivalent voltage V, if there is no resistance present, we can consider the value of, we can neglect this V1 and we can take the total voltage V is equal to 5. Means in simple words, the voltage remains same in parallel network. So we can neglect the sum of the voltages. For example, if a known voltage is there with an unknown voltage, we can neglect the unknown voltage and we can take the known voltage as the equivalent value. Okay. Similarly, a current source in series remains same. So we cannot connect the current sources in series, but if they are present, it indicates the value here I1 is same as the value present in beside it. That is, the equivalent current value I is equal to 3 ampere. Here I can neglect that I1. I can neglect I1 because in series the current remains same. So we can neglect the unknown value and we can consider the known value as the equivalent value of the current. Okay, once again I repeat, if the voltages in parallel, we can neglect the unknown voltage and we can take the known voltage as the equivalent voltage. And in series, if we consider, if we have a known current and unknown current, we can neglect the unknown current and we can take the known current as the equivalent current. Okay. So now let us solve. If there are internal resistance, this is not holds good and we have to go for a source transformation as before. Okay. A parallel network we can convert using in a given network. If there are parallel elements, at that time it is better to convert a voltage source into a current source. Okay. If there are current sources are in series with their internal resistance, it is better to convert them into voltage. In simple words, if we want to connect the things in series, if the elements are connected in series, then it is better to convert a current source to voltage source, because voltage sources in series can be added. If the network is in parallel, at that time if any voltage source is there, we have to convert it into current source so that current sources in parallel can be added. So here there is an example. So the problem states like this: reduce the circuit shown in the figure into an equivalent voltage source. So a complete network should be converted into a single voltage source with a resistance in series. You may observe that the voltages are like this. Okay. So as I told before, see these voltages 8 volt and 6 volt, they are in parallel. I cannot add them, okay, because they are in parallel. So I have to convert them into an equivalent current source so that I can add. See, you may see that this 8 volt with a resistance 2 ohm in series is converted into a current source with a resistance in parallel. The value of 2 ohm does not change. So only the value of the current source change. That is, the value of current source will be equal to 8 by 2. That is 8 divided by 2. So which is 4 ampere. Okay. Similarly, here 6 volt with a resistance in series can be converted into a current source, that is 6 by 1 with an 1 ohm resistance in parallel. So the current value will be 6 by. So how we can know that how to convert a voltage source into current source? So by using Ohm's law, I is given by V by R and V is given by I into R. Okay, if I am converting voltage source to current, the current value can be written by I is equal to V by R. Here V is equal to 8 volt and resistance is equal to 2 ohm. So the current value is 8 by 2, which is equal to 4 amperes. So now we replace these two values, that is 8 with the 2 ohm and 6 with the 1 ohm, by the equivalent current sources. See, I have replaced this one with 4 with the 2 ohm resistance. Okay, and then 6 with 1 ohm is replaced by a 6 ampere current with the 1 ohm resistance. Similarly, we will go for other two. 6 volt with 2 ohm resistance is converted into 6 volt with the 2 ohm resistance is converted into a 3 ampere with 2 ohm resistance. Okay, and a 3 volt with 1 ohm resistance is converted into a 3 ampere current with 1 ohm resistance in parallel. Okay, so if I take see here the equivalent circuit became like this now. The circuit became like this now. So see, 4 ohm and 4 ampere and 6 ampere currents, they are two current sources and they are in parallel. As we know that current sources in parallel can be added, so and they are in the same direction, I can add this 6 and 4. So 6 plus 4 is equal to 10. Here 3 ampere and 3 ampere, these two are in parallel and they are in the same direction, I can add them 3 plus 3 which is equal to 6 ohm. Okay, now 2 ohm and 1 ohm, they are in parallel. We know that for parallel combination we can write it as 1 divided by 1 by 2 plus 1 by 1. So if 2 and 1 are in parallel, so we know the formula for parallel resistance, that is 1 divided by 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3 etc. So we can write 1 divided by 1 by 2 plus 1 by 1. Okay, so here also it is 1 divided by 1 by 2 plus 1 by 1. If two resistance are there, we can use another formula, 2 into 1 divided by 2 plus 1, that also we can use. This is better because more resistances are there, we can use this formula to calculate easily. Okay, after simplifying this, 1 by 2 plus 1 is nothing but 3 by 2. After inversing it will become 2 by 3. Okay, here also 3 by 2 inverse if I do, see after doing some mathematics, okay, here we can get a value as 2 by 3. Now once again we may observe that this 10 ohm with resistance in 10 ampere with a resistance in parallel and 6 ampere with resistance in parallel, they cannot be added. They cannot be added because both are current sources and they are in series. So how to know that they are in series? So if only one end is connected, then we can tell that they are in series. If both the ends are connected, then we can tell them as in parallel. Now these two are in series, so in order to add them it is difficult. So for that reason what we have to do is, we have to convert this current source with a resistance in parallel into a voltage source with a resistance in series. See, this 10 ohm with resistance in parallel is converted into a voltage source with a resistance in series, that is 10 ohm into 23. So how to convert it? V is equal to I into R. I value is 10 and R is 2 by 3. So 10 into 2 by 3, and resistance remains as it is not altered, that is 2 by 3 only. Okay, so the value, total value here is 20 by 3 with a resistance in series, that is 2 by 3. And here another one, that is 6 ampere with 2 by 3. Here 6 ampere current source with resistance 2 by 3 can be converted into a voltage source with a resistance in series. So current source with resistance in parallel is converted into voltage source with resistance in series. So it can be converted into 6 into 2 by 3 plus 2 by 3. Okay, so 6 into the V is equal to I into R, 6 into 2 by 3. Okay, so you may observe here the polarity. The arrow mark is like this. The arrow head we consider it as positive, and the tail of the arrow we consider as negative after converting it into voltage. Okay, so we are using the formula I into R. So after doing this, so we may see that these two resistances, voltage sources are in series, and 2 by 3 and 2 by 3 resistances are also in series. So because they are in series, we can add them. The resistance is 2 by 3 plus 2 by 3, and the voltage sources are also in series. How to know they are in series and how to add them? So if I travel from one end, so I will get minus plus, then after going to this I will get minus plus, both are in series. Okay, we can add them 20 by 3 plus 20 by 3, because they are in series we can add them, and the polarity of both of them are same, so we are adding them. Okay, so total resistance value, total voltage source value is now 32 by 3, and the resistance value is 4 by 3. Like this we can convert a given network into a simple voltage source with a resistance in series, so that we can solve further. Thank you.